Hey all, Grolo here. Day 3 of IAE. Yesterday was Origin Day. I did not do a video. There wasn't a whole lot yesterday, nothing new. But today is Drake Day, and we got 2 new ships and a couple new videos. I wanted to check those out together. Then I was just going to jump into the game and check out these 2 new ships. I'm pretty excited for both of these things. As I said in the last video, I was pretty pumped for the Drake Clipper. Looks like a ship right up my alley. Everything from the boxy appearance to the kind of general purposeness of it. And the new Golem, that caught me by surprise. I didn't expect a cargo variant of the Golem. Maybe it's because I was living under a rock or something. But that was cool to see. So I'm going to check out both these videos, and then I'm just going to jump into the game and take a look at these ships. And real quick before we jump in, I'm going to be streaming tonight, starting a little after 7 p.m. Eastern. Going to be streaming for a few hours. It's going to be my first time checking out 4.4, aside from the login we're going to do here momentarily to check out these new ships. It's going to be great. I would love to have your company, so come join us. I'll be playing with the org. We're going to be going to Nyx, I believe. It'll be my first time seeing Nyx. Going to be a whole lot of first times tonight. It'll be a lot of fun, so I really hope to see you there. All right, let's get going. Here we are on the comm link. You can see we got a couple new posts since we got together last time. First one, after the Origin jump work stuff from yesterday, is the Drake Clipper video. So let's check this out. Behind the ships on the Drake Clipper.
There's a lot of gameplay loops in Star Citizen. There's mining, salvage, cargo, piracy, and a whole host of combat roles ranging from large capital ships which require a huge crew down to these single player fighters.
And the Drake Clipper is going to do none of that.
There's a lot of players that specialize in each of those roles, and there's ships that are dedicated to those roles. But there's also a lot of players that sort of don't want to be put in a box. And they just want to leave themselves open to whatever happens.
Or do we want to be put in the box? I mean, I love the fact that the Drake Clipper's a box.
In the verse. We refer to this as the generalist playstyle, and we have a few ships that sort of fit into that role, such as the Cutter and the Corsair. But we felt there was an ideal space in the middle to introduce a new ship, and that's the Drake Clipper.
Cutter was definitely good in this role. It's just a little on the small side for me. But if you're the kind of person who loves the idea of like the tiny house, then
the Drake
Cutter
Clipper is the jack of all trades and master of none, really.
So it's the Jared of spaceships.
It is Drake's answer to the ship.
And this thing looks
a
good.
Little bit of everything, and it's really there for the person that wants to go out, explore, but without needing to bring along friends. It is Drake's solo ship for the person that just wants to go and see what the universe has to offer.
Here you go, people. Here's a solo ship. The Perseus doesn't need to be a solo ship, but this thing, perfect.
The Clipper is that silhouette that everyone has been hankering for from CitizenCon 2024, the large, vertical, multi-positioned wing Drake ship.
We had a few different ideas that we tried, and we ended up with one that was very thin and narrow that CR quite liked. And
I totally forgot we got the silhouette on that last year, and nobody could quite figure that one out. Nice.
We saw it as like a stepping point between the Cutter and the Corsair, as like the middle ground between those. It just looks straight. You look at it and you know.
Very little has changed from the concept to the final ship. I think some parts of it we had to like stretch and make smaller or make bigger, but it was very easy to work from.
So really you just copied Lath's work?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
From the outside, I think the first thing you kind of notice when you walk up to it is just how tall it is. The role we wanted it to have, we wanted it to be able to do loads of different stuff, but we wanted to keep it within a really small solo footprint. And so what we decided to do was build on its height.
I love its like top profile it has, where you can probably see the difference in shape of the wings. I think it looks cool.
The shapes, like there is a lot of angular shape in the design. In the side, we have 3 thruster and big twin engines in the rear.
It makes it seem so brutish, because it's so simple. It's just massive engines shoved on wherever they could find them, and it doesn't matter what it looks like, it's just big and it goes.
That's big and it goes.
There's a bit of weirdness.
I love the
to it.
big
It's got
engines.
that Drake thing where it's not symmetrical. It looks a bit ungainly and weird, but I really like how it's all come together.
The Drake style has definitely grown on me.
Of the lift features a pure industrial, functional approach. It's very cool to see it in a ship.
And despite its utility, it's no slouch in the offensive department either. Typical to Drake, it comes with 4 size 3s for its actual weapons, as well as a number of missiles to fire at your opponents.
So going up the ramp, you enter into the cargo bay, and that is literally the bottom floor of the ship.
The ramp is go down in the front side, and you can see in the side where ramp it joins are really nice details, fans, and some very big hydraulics.
How many SCU was
And
this
in the
thing?
cargo, in the ceiling, nice detail there, really nice pipes, and a lot of greebles there. It can hold 10 to 12 SCU.
The biggest box you can get in here is realistically a 2 SCU box, but it's really ideal for single 1 SCU boxes. Then at the rear of the cargo room is the ladder up to the mid-deck.
A little smaller
At the
than I
top
was
of that ladder,
hoping.
you enter into the lower sort of engineering component room area.
I think engineering for me, it makes it feel hot, it makes it feel sweaty, it makes it feel like there's a lot of stuff going on to make it function, and I think we've kind of captured that quite well in engineering. I think there's a lot of subtle movement going on. We've tried to make it kind of as immersive as we can so that when you're in there, I think the lighting complements it, the movement complements it, you know, the audio complements it. It feels like you're in the heart of the machine.
The engineering deck is split between
Drake
the two floors
Drake ships
because
remind me
the
of
narrow shape of the
Drake ships remind me of the Nebuchadnezzar from the Matrix. One of the reasons I've come around to really loving the style.
ship. The only way to the top deck is a ladder. We couldn't get the components down the ladder. So we've implemented basically a fun little trapdoor in the engineering room.
Oh, that's
that
cool.
You move the components through with like a tractor beam. There's a big clunky lever that you pull and the trapdoor just swings open, so don't stand on it when you pull the lever.
At least they're thinking about this, right? With these newer ships. I know there's a lot of older ships where the concern with the introduction of engineering was like there's actually no way of getting the components to where they need to go. I don't know off the top of my head what those ships are, but I remember hearing that concern and thinking, oh yeah, that would be a problem. So, makes sense. The trapdoor's a cool solution.
And then going forwards from that, you enter into the medical bay.
This is freaking badass that they have like a lone medical bed in a ship of this size. It's one of the reasons I see myself gravitating to this ship as my daily driver. Although the cargo capacity at 12 SCU is a little lower than I would have liked. I would have loved to have seen something in the 20 to 30 range, but might just have to make do for as good as this ship is.
It's Drake's take on what a medical bay should be. If I'm honest, the inspiration from it for me was more of a sort of like a butcher's room.
It has got red wine-colored floor. It looks very heavy duty and like industrial.
And a lot of people were a little bit like, do we want a med bay to have a red floor? Because normally, medical bays they're clean, they're clinical. But for me, Drake's take on a medical bay is there's a bit of blood on the floor. Well, I wanted it to feel a little bit like it was somewhere you'd use as the last resort rather than somewhere that you'd be happy waking up.
Yeah.
The Clipper has a tier 3 medical bed in the med bay.
This is great for healing minor injuries as well as short distance regeneration.
It gives you that little bit of a safety.
I missed that.
Truly
What size?
Short
3 medical bed in the med bay.
Size 3. That's what I assumed.
This is great for healing minor injuries as well as short distance regeneration.
It gives you that little bit of a safety net, truly making it one of the best ships for someone to fly on their own.
You then have a room that is dedicated to the crafting machine.
Although the feature isn't online yet, you'll be able to make stuff on the fly while actually inside the vessel. And obviously, with the fabricator integrated into the actual ship itself.
I must have missed that. I did not know that this was a crafting ship. Interesting. So when crafting lands, I'm assuming, yeah, I'm assuming this will activate and crafting lands, which means the only, I guess I was assuming that the only way that we'd be crafting was those portable crafting tables that they showed us in the demo, but I wonder if, I guess I'm a little confused on whether there is a crafting table built into this thing, or if they're saying this is a room dedicated to the crafting bench that they showed us.
It isn't a case of choosing whether you want more cargo storage or the fabricator. You get best of both worlds.
The habitation room in the Creeper does not care about luxury or comfort. You'll see too much exposed mechanical components, pipes, wires, and no frills in general.
And then at the very top front, you have the traditional Drake cockpit, featuring very angular designed cockpit glass and a sort of seat and dashboard setup you'll be familiar with.
It feels quite contemporary. There's a lot of push buttons, there's a lot of glowing lights. The screens are kind of slightly curved, so it's got like that kind of nod back to old CRT screens, and we just wanted it to feel quite analog, or as much as we could in a modern spaceship.
The cockpit in the Creeper is quite spacious, and it gives the pilot a wonderful panoramic view thanks to its large glass cage.
I remember when we were doing the concept, it was kind of like an early idea, and we were umming and ahhing about it to like where we want the cockpit to be, and then as soon as we saw it up at the front, it just kind of worked.
It's a Drake ship, it's always a fan favourite. The detail and the interest that we get to do with Drake means that they're always great fun to actually work on.
Very happy with it. It's another great Drake ship that just sort of adds to their lineup, and when you look at it, you can tell it's a Drake ship.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I'll leave that up to you to decide whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, do you know, I'm going to say it, and I think it's my favourite ship this year for IAE. No offence to any of the other ships that we're doing.
Defy symmetry. Cool. Yeah, I was very excited for the Drake Clipper as soon as I found out about it. That video does not disappoint. I can't wait to jump into the game and take a look at it myself. Couple unanswered questions for me, especially around the crafting table bit. But let's jump right into behind the scenes for the Drake Golem OX. This one caught me by surprise.
One of the tenets of Drake as a manufacturer is from time to time they look at their existing catalogue of ships and go, can we make something with this that serves a different purpose? Whilst other manufacturers would dedicate the time and resources into making a whole new, shiny, latest, greatest ship, Drake is all about maximising value and extracting every single possible ounce of use out of their existing ships. Whether that's the Cutlass, having the medical red version of it from the base Cutlass Black, or from the Cutter spawning into the Rambler and Scout versions. Earlier this year, Drake introduced the Golem, their starter mining ship. And now they've upgraded it into the Golem OX, a dedicated cargo hauler.
The Golem OX is a variant on the Golem chassis from Drake. What we've done with it is we have removed everything that is unique to the Golem for mining, and we've repurposed that chassis into something that is a little bit more functional for cargo carrying.
Looks like the MPUV tractor version. That rear chassis like that, all hollowed out for cargo boxes. Interesting.
It's the smallest ship that can carry a 32 SCU container, and it can also carry two of them at the same time.
It can fit up to 32 SCU containers, but It's not exclusively 32 SCU containers. You could fit 64 individual ones or any combination between 1 SCU and 32 SCUs.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So a lot like the Argo, not the MPUV, although the style reminds me of that, but the Raft. And its acceptance of the 32 SCU. That's impressive. 32 SCU containers on a ship this small. That's useful.
The Golem OX maintains the majority of the original Drake Golem chassis, with a dedicated cab at the front just for the player to sit in and fly. And then they've widened the rear superstructure to support carrying the two 32 SU containers.
we buffed up the size of the thrusters, and we've removed the big mining arm on the top, and instead we've replaced that with additional fuel tanks.
We've also slapped a deploying tractor beam turret on the rear so that you can attach and detach cargo from the cockpit. It's got a little camera on the tractor beam so you can see from the back view attaching and detaching cargo.
So we've got a little bit more fuel, we've got bigger thrusters, we've got twice the cargo carrying capacity in something that is still a very, very small footprint.
It's quite nippy for its size. With the tractor beam on the back,
You're basically wrapping engines on a pilot seat around 232 SU boxes. I love the tractor beam implementation too. That is pilot control. That's going to make this thing pretty compelling.
quickly zoom in, grab some like loose cargo, and then zoom out. So it could be like useful to like recover valuables during combat situations.
As with all things Drake, it was built for a purpose, and then what we've done is we've kind of given it an additional functionality, an additional role, without having to kind of start from the ground up, which to me feels very Drake in terms of their kind of ethos of how they build ships.
The Golem OX
Doesn't seem particularly like specific to Drake. There's a lot of manufacturers that are doing this in Star Citizen.
is a variant of the Golem, so it shares paints with the base ship and comes with new paints that will be cross-compatible with original Golem owners. So there's lots of cool customization options available for Golem and Golem OX owners now.
The Golem seems to take paint better than anything else. Like, I don't know what they did when they made it, but the Golem paints just hit differently.
I think the Golem paints are probably successful because Drake as a whole have a little bit more of a rustic feel to them. There's a little bit more aging and character in the material surface finishes, which really help when we then start putting on some quite vibrant, quite bright paints onto it. And they kind of contrast really well with the main kind of Drake framework underneath. It looks quite striking, and I think generally Drake ships take paints pretty well.
Very happy with the ship. I think it's been something a lot of players have asked for when they saw the original Golems, like why don't we do this with it? And so we're happy to introduce that.
Could there be more Golem variants in our future?
I would say it's probably not off the cards that we wouldn't do more Golem variants in the future, just because the ship is very cool and versatile. Medical Golem.
Cool. Very neat ship. I want to check both these out in the verse. I don't know if there's anything else content-wise to look at on Link. Great Clipper on your own terms. This is just the page for the Clipper. Man, this thing is freaking... I mean, what's this? Alright, we get an advertisement. It's a nice shot. To appreciate the height. That's exactly how I fly my ships, by the way. Is this actual for real? The whole layout of the ship here? Let's see this. We got okay, pilot seat up there. Looks like the bedroom right behind it. There's a lot of different rooms in here. Is this? There's the medical bed. So this is where you enter. Cargo area. Oh, okay, this is the ramp that goes down. Here's the cargo area. Looks like you got a ladder up into here. The medical bed. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what this area is. I guess we'll know soon when we jump into the game. Take a look at this. I guess this will be the engineering area back here. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. So here's the trapdoor they were talking about. Okay. Cool. I love the branding on the side of the ship. The Clipper logo. Perfect. Great advertisement for this ship. That video definitely appeals to the type of people that are gonna love that ship, no doubt. Cool, they didn't have something like that for the Ox, did they? Oh, here they go, for the haulers. Okay, no video for this one though. Okay, cool. And Drake Day's been a good day. Drake Interplanetary. Drake has a lot of good ships, man. Cool. All right, let's get into the game and check these things out. All right. New patch, so I'm gonna have to create my character again. Luckily, in case you missed it in the last video or the post, there's a contest going on right now. I'll link it in the comments below. But the contest, there's a couple of different people that are in the running. Use your skill in the character creator to come up with a lifelike portrait. There's 5 different people to choose from. I'm one of them. I'll link the thread on Spectrum where this contest is taking place below. Somebody was kind enough to send me one of the entrants, so I'm just going to be using that. But if you can do better, I would love to use yours. We're going to load this. This is what somebody came up with. It's much better than anything I have done, so we're going to go ahead and use this guy. Accept. Let's go. Yep. I'm starting on Hurston. Play. Alright, no queue. Somebody was saying earlier there was some very lengthy queues. I was a little worried we were going to be getting one. Hopefully hangar spawning is still in so I can jump right in and check these things out. Sweet, here we are in the hangar. Let's summon this thing up. I'm going to start with the Golem just because I expect we will spend more time looking at the Clipper. Not a whole lot to see on this Golem, since it's just an engine and a pilot seat wrapped around 232 SU boxes is what it looked like to me. Alright, here it is. Thing's even smaller than I imagined. Look at that little thing. It really is just some electronics wrapped around boxes. Fuel port. I wonder if these things are ever going to be functional. What am I opening there? Something. Fuel port. Okay. Someday they'll be functional, I guess. What else we got going on here? We got the hatch. Just like the golem. This thing's got great aesthetics. Great view. Deploy turret. Okay, this is the I'm probably gonna turn it on.
You are cleared to lift off.
Now let's try this deploy turret. Oh, it is deployed. I gotta enter it. Okay. What is going on? That is a weird perspective. Huh. Let's retract it and deploy it again. Maybe because I had it turned off when I did that. It didn't. Looks like it didn't flip down. You know what I mean? Try that again. There we go. That looks better. Now let's enter it. Much better. Yeah, the orientation was all wrong before. Okay, yeah, that is sweet. Let's see, pulling stuff off there. Yeah. Very good orientation and position. I like that a lot. Okay. Cool. Let's get out. I just want to finish walking around the side here.
Attention, please complete any necessary business and clear the area.
Aha, external storage, nice. Okay. And we got some frame drops. I normally don't see that. What's up with that? Yeah, major frame drops. Let's look into what's causing that. Cool. All right, I'm ready to check out the clipper. Let's check out the clipper. Goodbye, Ox. We will meet again soon. I will definitely be trying some of the lower end cargo missions with the Ox. It should be a fun ship to do it on. Because it's small enough to kind of get in there, get close to the pads, get close to wherever you need. Access the tractor beam right from the pilot's seat, pick your stuff up and go. I can see running those lower end cargo missions end to end without ever getting out of the seat. I can see that, except to obviously send the elevator down until we get remote control over that kind of stuff. I was watching that interview or whatever with what was it? Oh, it was BattleTech guy. It was a portion of the interview that I hadn't watched before. I went back and watched it again recently, and the audience asked the question like, are we going to get the equivalent of like modern day remote start and stuff for our ships, or like remote door closing, that kind of stuff? And he said absolutely, they want to do that. They want to make it so that you can bring up your Moby glass and control like ship doors and engines and that kind of thing, do remote start right from there. I'm hoping that we get something similar for things like sending elevators up and down or whatever. Like if we make a delivery, we can just send it down right from our Moby glass. That would be sick. All right, this thing looks quite a bit taller already from the distance. You can actually see this thing on one of these extra large hangars, unlike the Golem. I love the profile of this thing, man. As I approach it, it just looks taller and taller. These engines, very reminiscent of a Herald. I love them. my favorite feature of the Herald. As I approach these ships, that's where I'm getting the frame drop, though. You see, I wasn't getting it as I ran across the hangar so much, but I don't know if that's a me problem or if others are seeing that in the game. I'll have to try rebooting and whatever after this video. This thing looks incredible. Right up my alley. I love the front grille. That whole front shot just looks... I love the lack of symmetry, the asymmetry on this thing. I love it. Wings, the engines, all of it. It just works. Alright, let's get inside this thing. I'm excited to see the inside. Okay, so that's the elevator. Where's the ramp? Aha! This side. That's pretty cool that they're back to back like that. You can kind of choose. Right from the same spot, at the same entry point. Okay. So here is... the cargo bay? I guess this is the cargo bay. That is, okay. It's nice and compact. Okay, I see what they mean on the video about a lot going on in this room. This is sweet. Yeah, you can see the all the ambient sensors and movements going on. Oh crap. Back up. Right into the medical area. I love the look of this room. Frame drops though. Drive me crazy. I'm on a 5090. Ah, this is the crafting. So, it's still not clear to me. I assume this is dedicated. Like, this isn't like, yeah, there's not going to be any way to get one of those mobile crafting stations into this room. So this is dedicated. That is cool, man. That's going to be neat. And I can't wait. Wait for crafting. Let's continue on. So this, this is the elevator that we saw from the outside. What's this? Suit locker, weapon racks. I'm sure this takes us outside, right? Yep. Okay. Cool. Okay, crafting. So then we gotta go up one more floor. These jump seats, okay, yeah, jump seats, nice. Okay, so we go up that floor. To the left is the pilot seat. We got a couple jump seats right in front of us, and then to our right is the rec area. So then, yeah, kitchen, our bed. This thing is sweet, dude. That. Okay, there we go. Our external storage is right there. Haven't seen a bathroom yet. Engineering console. There's the trap door they were talking about. Where's the lever for that thing? Over here? Yeah. That's cool. Very cool. Alright. Back to the rec room. No appropriate item? What was here? What is this? No idea what that is. Is that like a... I have no idea what that is. If you know, let me know in the comments. Personal storage. Getting no appropriate item all over the place here. I don't know what all this stuff is. Maybe it's just kind of buggy. Oh, this must be there's our bathroom. There we go. Okay, I was very concerned. Like, what am I going to do with a bed, crafting table, and all this stuff, and not have a bathroom? Okay, cool. Sweet. Like with the gear shift up. Yeah. Man, it's pretty badass, guys. I cannot wait to take this thing on its maiden voyage. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I love this thing. I'm already falling in love with this ship. I gotta say, this thing. It's like, obviously, you know, I'm a Misk fan. Drake is a very close number 2 for me. With Misk, I feel like the Starlancer series is kind of has most of what I'm looking for, but it's on the larger side, you know what I mean? Like with Misk, I love my Freelancer Max. That's been my daily driver for I don't know how long. I love the Starlancer series, but like I've been looking for something that has the capacity of the Max with a bed for a long time, and some more weaponry. This thing, the carrying capacity is far less, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it kind of has those other living amenities I've been looking for, just for my get-around ship. Obviously, like, I spend a lot of time with the org and doing org stuff, but like when it comes to just kind of getting myself around, I feel like it's now going to be between my Freelancer my Freelancer Max and this Drake Clipper. We'll see which one comes out ahead. This thing has a lot of really compelling things about it, especially the bed and the appearance. The appearance is like top notch on this thing, so I don't know. We'll see. Those are going to be the 2 ships competing for my daily driverhood for sure. What about you? Is this Clipper making a dent in your daily driver plans? I would love to know. If the Clipper is not making a dent in your daily driver plans, what is your daily driver? I would love to hear about that in the comments below. What do you think about IAE so far? We're on day 3. We're not even halfway through. Got a lot of manufacturers to go, but we've had some big ones. RSI, Drake, and Origin are behind us now, or current. I'd love to know what you're thinking so far. Is there anything left in the show that you're really holding out for or waiting for? Yeah. Tell me all about your experience with IAE so far this year in the comments below. Look forward to chatting there. Until then, don't forget, streaming tonight, starting a little after 7 p.m. Eastern. I would really love to have you guys show up. It'd be great to have your company. And a little bit of support I really appreciate. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be, again, like I said, my first time playing in 4.4. Hoping for a really good evening. We'll see. Hope to see you out there. Until then, take care, and Grolo out.